Hey everyone, welcome to 5 More Minutes, the show where two friends relive their childhoods, or in some cases, learn about everything they missed out on. I feel like I just questioned myself because it sounded weird to say it twice in a row, but I'm Kendra.
And I'm still Scott.
But sometimes he's not apparently, and
Sometimes I'm not.
y'all
And
missed
I
that
can't,
part. He can't
yeah, and I
share.
can't tell you
Yeah.
or I'd have to kill you.
Anyways, don't forget to hit record. Okay. Scott's never heard this joke before.
Nope.
What's made of leather and sounds like a sneeze?
What?
A shoe.
Oh, wow.
Wow, great laugh.
Thank you.
Okay. What did the chewing gum say to the shoe?
Well, there's a lot of shoes going on here. I don't know.
I'm stuck on you.
Is that even like a joke?
I don't know. I just typed in funny sneaker jokes.
Oh, so they are shoe related.
Yeah. What kind of shoe do plumbers love?
I don't know.
Clogs.
Uh,
Yeah. Oh, I'm
I would
gonna
think
try
they would
to
hate clogs.
I'm gonna
I
try to
mean,
make up my own joke.
oh, okay, here we
Hold
go.
on. Um what type of shoe is Steve Irwin's ghost sad he missed out on?
Are they Crocs?
Yeah. That was the best joke, I know.
So good.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wonder no, that you have to see the image for that joke to make sense. Never mind. I don't know. I think that's about it. They're all pretty bad after that.
They
Oh
only
wait,
go
wait, wait, wait.
downhill.
Wait, I found one.
Oh,
Why did the tennis shoe walk away quietly?
I don't know.
It was a sneaker.
Mm,
Also, I have a weird thing with that because I feel like growing up, everyone was always like tennis shoe, like TNNA, but it's written tennis shoe, but they're not really tennis shoes unless they're actual tennis shoes. And this whole thing just bothers me.
you thought they were saying tennis shoe?
Well, that's how people say it when I knew it wasn't a word, but like when people
Oh,
say it, that's how it sounds. No one
right,
actually like says tennis shoes unless they're talking about shoes for tennis,
right,
and that's just like a weird thing for me.
right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like it's just weird.
But my parents always called them tennis shoes growing up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hmm
It's like a weird thing.
Maybe it's generational. Maybe it just everyone did back
Yeah,
then.
maybe it's like a boomer thing.
Well, they had like so little shoes available probably when they started making like those, Adidas or Reebok court shoes. They're all like, oh, pretty much everything is a tennis shoe.
That's true because courts and courts and courts, Chawfield.
Ah, Chabra.
Yeah, yeah, man. Um, I thought I had a picture to show you, but I guess I don't.
Oh,
Um, we made Jackie's Spotify top podcast.
oh, did we?
Yeah, so that's exciting, I
She
guess.
must listen to a lot of podcasts.
Um, she sent me a picture. Let's see what her other podcasts were.
Ah,
Um, one called Dead Meat.
oh yeah, she has mentioned that one before.
One called Ruined.
Okay.
Too Scary Didn't Watch. That's by Headgum, and so is Not Another D&D Podcast. So, and then one is called Violating Community Guidelines with Brittany Broski and Sarah. The last name is cut off. And then there's us. 5 more
Look at
minutes by
that.
5 more minutes.
We're on the 5 too. It's
Oh
planned.
yeah, it was like the number of the devil, but for us.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely not our lucky number or anything like that.
No, lucky numbers are for losers, bitch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So angry today.
Mm-hmm. I had a
Bitch.
meeting that they didn't really tell us about that I had to miss one of my classes for, and I was really annoyed. Like none of us knew about it. Apparently, last Monday they sent us all calendar invites in the middle of the day, but we get a lot of calendar invites, and unless they're for something we know about, we don't really look at them, because like the
Yeah.
district will send calendar invites, like whatever. And
Mhm.
then later in the afternoon, like after work hours at like 4, one of the admins sent a Teams meeting invite, but still not a normal email. There was no email that said you are going to this training, you will have a sub, whatever. Like there's nothing like that. And then yesterday at like 12, we all got emails for like our groups, and I was like talk to the people, and we were all just like, "Did you know about this?" And everyone was like, "No." Like literally no one knew about it.
Yeah.
And I had spent all morning planning my activity for tomorrow for the class I was going to miss. So I was like really annoyed because we're still short subbed. So, and then like they were like, "Oh yeah, you'll have a sub. We put it in." And then I was like, "Well, I'm not going to make copies of any sort of assignment because if they end up in the auditorium, they're not going to have it. And I'm going to waste my in building copies because I only get so many copies in the building."
Mm-hmm.
And then this morning they were like, "Oh yeah, your classes are going to be in the auditorium." And I was like, "Okay." But it's only like the third day of the trimester, and this is like new students. So I posted on like the Teams channel because I didn't know. Like at the end of class, I was like, I guess I may not be here tomorrow. Like you're probably going to be in the auditorium, and only like, and they had a reading. And we were supposed to do a discussion, so I just posted an assignment that was like take notes on the reading, and then I posted it on the channel and marked it as like important, and only like 3 people did it. And the
Nice.
people in the auditorium were supposed to like read it out loud, like read a thing out to be like, you guys need to check Teams, but then like I don't think they did.
Yeah.
So it was really annoying, and the training was like not like it could have been worse than it was. Like it wasn't bad, but I think it was a thing where like our entire like PLC team should have been there for it instead of just like random people from each thing, because they did it for, because I guess it's like a training that they did in like 2018, so they were doing it for all the people who have been hired since then. So
Ah.
they had like
Okay.
3 groups of like 12 people. And then I
Yeah.
was like, well, our PLC isn't even doing this correctly, so why is it just like 2 of us? And I was just really annoyed because I emailed them and I was like, when did we find out about this? Because like none of us know. And then the principal like I did it cut out again. Is it still
What have you done?
And then the principal like forwarded me an email because I was like, if you're gonna do stuff like this, can we get like an actual email? Because I'm much more likely to read that. But then the thing he forwarded me wasn't even an actual email. It was just a Teams meeting invite. That's
Mm.
not an email. Like I need an
No.
email that says you are going to this thing. It's, you know what I mean? And the thing that the other lady had sent was like, it almost made it sound more of like an advertisement. Like it wasn't like a you were going to this. It was like Maria Nielsen will be visiting us. Well, like it wasn't like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And who scheduled something like that for the first week? And there's been so many teachers gone this week because they're all sick.
So it sounds like a generally fun time going on over there, huh?
No, it's
Oh,
bitches.
bitches.
Yeah.
God dang. Hmm.
But I did have other ideas for next weekend.
Okay.
We could go to the casino.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And what, like hang out for 10 minutes, lose $20 and
I've still
leave?
never been to one. I'm 31.
Okay. I think you're gonna be pretty underwhelmed.
That's fine. I mean, I'll just be underwhelmed there so that when we go to Vegas, because we're definitely going to do that, I'll feel really over. No, that's, you know, whatever. It'll make it more impactful.
Sure.
Yeah, we should go to Vegas though.
Yeah.
We could do a podcast on the street and interview people about Pokemon and shit.
Yeah, because the Vegas streetwalkers would really be all about that.
Hey, nerds go out.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Duh. So that was one idea. You said ideas. Is there another?
Nope.
Ah, I see.
Well, because before I was like, oh, we could go frisbee golfing, and then in my brain I was like, why would we do that in 25-degree weather?
Yeah,
But we still
it's
could.
like a it's like a sloshy mess over here right now too.
Yeah. Because anything that we could do, because I was like, oh, we could drive to Pullman and do the indoor golf thing. And then I was like, no, we can't. Because
No,
of your
can't.
bitchy shoulder.
Yeah, it is pretty bitchy.
Yeah.
It's getting less bitchy by the day though, so
Hell yeah, man.
that's good. Okay, and I also don't know if you like want to bring your PS5, but we will not be able to do Modern Warfare because I only have that on one console. So
Oh, because it's a new game.
yeah, and it's also large.
I don't have a bag that one fits in. My PlayStation 4 fit like so nicely into that computer bag that I had.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have do no, I would I mean I could technically download it on my PlayStation 4. I have enough space for it, but
I guess I do too.
that would be annoying, but
Yeah, I guess I could maybe do that.
because you should
I'll
still
look
be
at
able
it.
to just download just
The
Warzone.
4 version.
And can you still download just Warzone?
Yeah.
I guess you could download either. Keen doesn't like Warzone. I don't know why, but did he
Yeah.
have a bad experience? I didn't feel like we had a bad experience when we played. It was just different.
Yeah, it's just different. It's gonna take some getting used to.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Because the PlayStation 5 is chunky.
It's a big boy.
Next week it says it's gonna snow there on Friday and Sunday.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
I mean the weather's probably gonna change between now and then because it's like 8 days, but
yeah. Okay. Well, I suppose we can jump in to the nonsense.
yeah, like every time you say that, I just picture Steve or whatever from Blue's Clues jumping into the like thing that he put on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? A
It was a
map?
book,
A
wasn't
book?
it?
Was
That
his
was a
name
book.
was Steve the original one or
Yeah. And then it was
didn't
like Joe or something after.
is Joe the one that got it? Didn't one of them get in trouble? Was that Joe?
Must have been Joe because I think Steve still.
Because he came back and did the thing where it was like motivational, right?
Right. Yeah.
Book. Yeah, was it just the notebook that he threw down?
I think so. But who knows? So long ago. But I'm gonna continue with God of War
Heck yeah.
again. So we're almost to the new one. So this will probably be the last God of War because I'm not gonna go over the new one because people might not have played that yet.
How dare you?
And I'm not that far into it
Give
either.
the people what they want, bitch.
Well, we'll see about that. So this is just it's also just called God of War. It's from the year 2018, so everyone just calls it God of War 2018. It's the reboot. Um, they continued to have Santa Monica Studio and published by Sony still. So the whole normal team was on this. Um, it released April 20th of 2018. And if you remember, 2010 was God of War 3. And this is a direct sequel to that. So it has been 8 years since we saw Kratos impale himself and pretty much be left for dead. So that's a lot of time to not do much.
Wait. Which one are you talking about right now?
Well, I'm talking about at the end of 3, he
Yeah.
like stabs himself. And remember, I told you. And then the last scene is he like just a bloody spot where he was. So we don't know what happened to him. Mm-hmm. So it's been 8 years since then in real time. I don't know how long it's been in game time, but this is technically the 8th installment of the God of War series.
It's God of War 4?
Technically.
Well, what are the other 4 games?
Well, there's Ghost of Sparta. There's Ascension. There was a mobile game, which I don't really count.
Mobile games are weird.
And then what was the last one? Ghost of Sparta. There was one more. There were 3 handhelds and a mobile, and then these 4. So it was like PSP and the Vita were the other ones.
Sometimes I forget about those.
Yeah. Yep. So
like, I
it
feel
is
like
8th.
they weren't really like
They weren't super popular. I mean, I feel like a lot of people had them, but they didn't really get like crazy hyped up about them like they do for like Nintendo handhelds, you know?
Yeah. Maybe they were too late to the handheld scene.
Probably.
And everyone
they
was
kinda
like,
gave
no,
up.
I'm going to play specific games on you and I'm going to play specific games on my handheld device, bitch.
Right. So keep them separated.
Yeah.
What was I saying? So this is the 8th game and 8th chronologically. So it is the newest. It is the most forward in the timeline. Unlike previous games, were obviously based on Greek mythology. This is loosely inspired by Norse mythology. So majority of it is set in ancient Scandinavia, in the realm of Midgard.
Oh, snap.
Mm-hmm. And
Why
I
am
do
I
have slides for this.
getting a call from
So
WSU? Probably want me to donate money.
yeah, they probably want
I'm
some
a teacher,
dollars.
bitches.
Haven't I given enough to you people?
I didn't really pay for that much in my degree, but
Yeah, well, they don't know.
that's true.
So you getting the slides?
I'm on my way.
All right, perfect. Trying to decide what order I want to do this in. Yeah, we'll just do this part first. But so for the first time, there are two protagonists:
A big guy and a little guy.
a big guy and a little guy. Kratos, he is obviously the former Greek god of war, and he is the only technical playable character. But you are constantly um, with your young son Atreus.
Wait, where's the mother?
Well, we're gonna find out.
Is the child 8?
I don't know how old he's supposed to be. He's somewhere in the range of like 8 to 12 for what I
Yeah,
can
it's kind
tell.
of hard to tell for kids when they're in that range sometimes.
Yeah. So it's shown he has a son. The game opens up, you're this old. You can see I put a comparison. You have God of War 3 Kratos in the left, and then beefy, grizzly mountain man Kratos on the right. So he's had some time to mature, calm down, grow a huge beard, and he's in the cold Scandinavian lands now.
I want to go to the cold Scandinavian lands and grow a beard.
Yeah, it'll be pretty cool.
Literally.
So this game was a bit different. It still had the same director, Corey Barlog, but he wanted to reimagine the franchise. A major gameplay change is that Kratos makes prominent use of an axe. You can see him kind of holding it a little bit in that picture. But your main weapon is your axe instead of your blades, like it has been in every single other game. So, and this is kind of a magical axe. You can throw it and recall it, kind of like Thor's hammer in Avengers. So you can throw it, call it back. It has frost magic, so you can do frost
So you
attacks
can be
with
like
it.
Killer Frost.
Kinda, yeah,
Sick.
yeah. So those are instead of his signature double chain blades. And the whole time in this game, you are in an over the shoulder perspective of Kratos in the third person, whereas the last games, it was a fixed camera all the time, depending on what room you went into. So a lot different. And this um, made use of the one shot method. So this whole game, there are not like loading screens, there are nothing like that. It is shot so it is almost like a movie. You're always in one shot just following Kratos. There's obviously loading if you like die and have to go to a checkpoint and
Wait, so are
stuff.
you playing as the child?
No, just Kratos.
Okay. For a
But the
second, you were
child is
like,
always with you.
you're following Kratos, and I was like, wait, does that mean that you're the child? Like, I just,
Yeah.
I was like, it's kind of weird to be playing a 10-year-old boy, but okay.
Yeah. The player follows Kratos over the shoulder in the camera.
Gotcha.
Yep. So this is obviously role playing game elements. And your son Atreus provides assistance in combat. He has a bow and arrows, like you see in his little picture, and he's able to shoot them at enemies and stun them and do fun little things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was designed to be accessible and grounded compared to some of the other games.
All right.
Yep. 3 days before this God of War's release, a smartphone companion app called Mimir's Vision was made available. I never used that. I didn't even know that. Providing additional information about the game's Norse setting. So I guess you could have got some background. Before we get into story, this game received universal acclaim for its story, world design, art direction, music, graphics, combat system, and characters. In particular, the dynamic between Kratos and Atreus as father and son. You can imagine a former God of War that was a Greek Spartan might not be the softest father ever. And so you're kind of constantly seeing that happen.
Pure muscle, baby.
Yeah, he's pure muscle. He's trying to be a father. He's trying to change from how he was in the past, killing everything, making chaos. He's trying to be, like a family guy. He wants to have a quiet life now.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
He's a family guy.
Doing his best. Many people felt it had successfully revitalized the series without losing the core identity. So they didn't stray far enough away that you can't tell the games are not related, even though it is much different. Has been cited as among the greatest video games ever made and was awarded Game of the Year by
Haven't they all
numerous
been
media
like
outlets.
awarded things?
Pretty much, but this one is like true Game of the Year. Like this is kind of the highest pinnacle you can get to. So, game performed very well commercially, as you can imagine. It sold over 5 million units within a month and 23 million units by November of 2022,
Because
making it
people be being bored during COVID.
exactly what better time to get back into God of War than COVID. Um, so it is officially the best selling PlayStation 4 game and the best selling game in the whole series. Yep. A novelization was released in August of 18, followed by a prequel comic series, um, a sequel, God of War Ragnarok, released on November 9th.
Hell yeah, it did, bitch.
Yep. So here we are. There's a little background. Now I can get into a little bit of the story for you, curious folk.
So many
Sure.
curious folk out there.
Sure, you're very curious. So, an overall summary here. Many years have passed since God of War Kratos took his vengeance against the Olympian gods. Having survived his final encounter with his father Zeus, Kratos has since traveled to Midgard in ancient Norway and now lives with his young son Atreus in the world of the Norse gods, a savage land inhabited by many ferocious monsters and warriors. In order to teach his son, whose mother and Kratos' second wife has recently died, trying to teach him how to survive in such a world on his own. Kratos must master the rage that has driven him for so many years and embrace his newfound role as father and a mentor. So the game opens up. You are Kratos chopping down trees to make a funeral pyre. And it comes to your knowledge that his new wife and Atreus' mother has died. And so you light the pyre and find out that her final wish was to have her ashes spread on the highest mountain in all of the realms. So now this is what Kratos and Atreus are kind of coming together to do. They're like, we're doing this. We're gonna go spread her ashes. We're doing this as a family. Mm-hmm. Things suck. Mom is dead. Here we are. Yep. All right. Where am I?
Scandinavia, bitch.
Scandinavia. So yes, highest mountain. They mourn her death and then decide to
Does
go
it
on a
tell
hunt.
you how she dies?
It does not.
Seems like they didn't want to have to think about that.
I think it's probably more revealed in Ragnarok because you get more info on her in that one.
I see.
Yep. So they decide to go on a hunt at Kratos' request after the funeral service. Because that's what you do. Right after the funeral service, you go hunting,
Yeah, I mean
Normal
that's
things.
like a ritual. You're like, I gotta make an animal suffer
Dead.
because my wife suffered.
Yeah, I mean they have a cottage, they gotta eat, it's snowing. I mean, whatever. But to Kratos' disappointment, Atreus proves his incompetence and lack of focus, making making Kratos reconsider taking Atreus on his journey. So now he's like, man, this kid can't even handle a hunt normally with me. Is he going to be able to come on this journey with me going, I don't even know where, to this highest peak to spread these ashes?
He's not, bitch.
Oh, wow. That's not very nice. You don't even know him.
I know.
Kratos is soon attacked by a mysterious stranger with godlike powers and who cannot feel anything physically. No pain, nothing like that.
How do they know that?
Because he tells them, he's like,
Oh,
I can't feel anything. And spoiler alert, you get into a fight with him and you're like literally beating the shit out of him. And he's just like, la di da di da. You know, he doesn't care at all.
okay.
So you can actually, before we get too much further, you can go to slide number 2. This is kind of the first boss of the game. So you see Kratos
Do you
has got
think
his
that
sweet
those
cross
is
axe.
that connected to his body or is that oh
The
my
big thing?
no his tusks?
Oh yeah, those are off his head.
Do you think that what do you think that feels like when they grow? Because it's like teething out of your face.
Yeah, I mean they probably don't keep a lot of memory of it like us having
Well,
teeth.
I still have memory of it because I have freaking phantom weird af ghost pain in my face all the time.
Well, I do not.
The dentist told me though that he thinks that they stitched it too tight when they
Mm, too tight. Too bad. Holes in the mouth. No good. But this is one of the first bosses you fight together. He's a giant ogre type thing. He's got a stone pillar that he uses as a weapon. Um, so these are some of the enemies that you run into in this game. And slide number 3 shows some more. So there's like, I can't remember the name of all of these, but the one on the top left is a Draugr.
a
Um,
Draugr.
that's
Okay.
like kind
Is
of a
that his
Norse.
face?
Yeah,
It
it's
looks
kind of
like
like
a
a
White
Norse.
Walker.
Exactly. That's basically what it is. It's
Is
like a
that
Norse mythology zombie
thing
kind
on
of.
the right is
That's what they call them, witches in the game, but it's like
it has
she like shoots
antlers.
poison and stuff. Yeah, they
It's
do. A
like
lot of these enemies
it's
do.
like Sweet Tooth, but went through a lot of pain and now can't stand up straight.
And maybe some meth along the way.
Yeah, I mean it happens, you know.
And then along the way in the middle, you come against some like human bandits, normal people that want to kill you because everyone wants to kill you. Um, and then there are some like stone monsters you run into in like mines and
Is
stuff.
that like a stone golem type of a thing?
It is. And
Oh
they can like
yeah.
shoot fireballs, throw rocks at you.
Wow.
They don't take damage very
Do
easy
the
because they're
rocks,
rocks.
do they pick up the rocks and throw, or are they breaking off pieces of themselves?
Yeah, they like break off pieces of
Do they
themselves and like,
regrow their
yeah,
rocks?
yeah,
Whack,
whack,
bitch.
bro,
Yeah.
whack. And then 4, we get to the mysterious stranger who shows up to
Mysterious
Kratos' door, and you can see
stranger.
his sweet beard, his
He
sweet
looks,
tats.
I'm sorry, he looks like kind of like a cult leader.
Yeah, I can
Like
see
one
that.
of those guys who's gonna show up with big ideas and get you to join him on some sort of mysterious thing.
Yeah, yeah, you're not too far off. He comes off as very mysterious. He's there
Mhm.
for a purpose, and he just like keeps saying cryptic things like, "I thought you would be bigger than this," and blah blah blah, and like all
Whoa,
this
that's what
crap.
she said.
Indeed. So, um, after a big brawl, which is like basically the official start of this game, you're back into fighting. You're doing things Kratos is trying not to do anymore. Killing. You seemingly kill the mysterious stranger by breaking his neck and throwing him in a crevice. Um, and then after that, Kratos reluctantly takes Atreus with him because he's like, well, now our home is like destroyed. This mysterious guy knew where we were. I kind of can't leave him here because people are going to come for him. So they begin their journey. Woo!
Whee!
Yeah. So they soon encounter many hurdles in their journey because it's a journey.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I mean,
and they're able to
everything's a
fend them
journey,
off.
bruh.
Exactly. Their whole life's a journey. Along the way, they meet some friends. Slide 5 are the dwarven Huldra brothers,
Are they
Brock and
holding
Sindri.
hands?
No.
Are you sure? Wait,
I'm
those
pretty
are
sure.
brothers?
Yes.
One of them is blue.
Yeah, I don't really understand that
Are
part of
they
it.
half
It's
brothers?
they
Are they
never said
is
that.
it a recessed gene?
It could be for dwarves. I don't know. I haven't
Hmm.
seen that many dwarves in the games yet.
I
So
thought you were gonna say in real life, and I was like, well, I mean, yeah.
sometimes your skin just turns blue.
I think that's death, but okay.
Yeah, you might be right, but it still happens.
Mm-hmm.
So these guys are actually the ones who made your axe. And it's revealed that your axe was given to you by your wife, whose name was Faye. And they originally made it for her back in the day. And it turns out that they are the ones who crafted Thor's hammer.
Mm-hmm.
And
Are
later
you gonna
on,
pick up a hammer? Oh, you are.
this is Thor's hammer.
Mm-hmm.
So they made this
Where did you get that from?
in the God of War Ragnarok collector's box.
Wow, what a nerd. Is it heavy?
No, it's decent heavy, but it's like plastic, It's not stone or metal.
Hmm.
I mean, it's like 2,800 pounds.
You should make a real one.
A real one?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, a solid chunk of stone or metal like that would weigh
Yeah,
a
do
good
it.
amount.
Do it. You
All
won't.
right. Okay.
Bet.
So they are able to upgrade your weapons as you go on this journey because they forge weapons. They've made this exact one and they're willing to fix it up for you. Along the way, you run into some other people, a quote unquote mysterious but friendly witch of the woods. So you can go to slide 6, and she is on the left there. Um, she also provides help in her own way. They save her pet boar. She's like a friendly witch of the woods. She has like animals, sanctuary, which Atreus accidentally shoots. So then they feel bad and they bring it back to her to heal it up. Um, After that, they get to the Lake of Nine, is what it's called. And Kratos and Atreus encountered the friendly world spirit Jormungandr.
Oh,
Jormungandr. Mhm.
okay.
And it is like said to be, wrapped around the whole world, is the mythology. So it's a giant snake.
Okay.
And allegedly it's the last remaining giant.
I'm confused. So, if a snake is wrapped all the way around the world, does that not mean that the land is also a snake?
This is mythology, man.
Mm-hmm.
Things don't have to make sense in mythology. Mm-hmm. Um, so after that, they run into impenetrable black mist, which can only be extinguished with the light of Alfheim, which they need apparently. They receive aid from the witch to use her Bifrost. Bifrost is a Thor.
Mm-hmm.
So you can use the Bifrost in this game as basically their mode of fast travel. You access the Bifrost and you can choose where to go in the land at specific portals. So
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool. Um, Upon vanquishing the mist and reaching Midgard's peak, Kratos and Atreus find out the stranger who attacked them is alive. Oh god. And he has two henchmen who are the sons of Thor, Magni and Modi, who are this other one on the slide
These are
here.
all weird names.
Norse mythology, man. Um, so they find Magni and Modi interrogating an imprisoned man, revealed to be Mimir. So they find a guy who needs some help. He's getting not really tortured, but not far from it. And so the next slide on 7, on the left is Mimir. Um, Odin has punished him by putting him permanently into a tree. So he cannot move, he cannot do anything, and he is just kind of cursed to be
How does
stuck
he go
here.
to the bathroom?
He probably goes,
How does he
let it
eat?
rip. Well, I mean, they're gods; they don't really have to eat.
Oh, they probably don't have to go to the bathroom. Then I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So I mean, they are godly beings. So after Magni and Modi leave, Kratos and Atreus confront Mimir in his tree, who reveals the stranger as Balder, who is the son of Odin. So that's problematic. Odin is obviously the king of the Norse gods and basically rules over this whole realm. And for some reason, his son is mad at you and wants to kill you, basically.
Wait, but isn't that the guy that you wait?
You might have missed the line, but when Modi and Magni are both his henchmen and they find out he's still alive, like he did not die.
Too many names, man.
Yeah, so many names. Um, so Mimir is his big thing is he's like quote unquote the smartest man alive in the realm. So he knows the most of anything of anyone in Norse mythology.
I'm I just Google searched Balder just because I was like, why not?
Yeah.
And do you know how in Norse mythology he dies?
Yes, mistletoe.
Yeah, that's weird.
hmm It was the only thing that did not band together and agree that it would not hurt him.
How
That
can
is why he can't
mistletoe
feel any
band
pain.
together with something? What?
Dry it out, sharpen it, whatever. Yep. And that'll come into play maybe a little later.
Whatever, man.
um, so yes, Odin is the paranoid all-father and king of Asgard. Um, Mimir reveals that the highest peak of all 9 realms is in Jotunheim, but it has been blocked off by Odin and Thor. Mimir knows another way to get there, so he instructs Kratos to cut off his head and have it revived by the witch, revealed to be Freya. So Freya is, you know, Freya is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mostly. I forget. I get them all confused, but I think so.
She's like, I mean, wife to Odin, basically.
Oh, yeah, I did know that.
Yep. So they cut off his head and bring it back to her. And so she revives him, so he's able to stay alive as just a head.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes with you on the rest of your journey by being clipped to your belt. And he, provides information and stuff for you along the way.
Oh,
Yep. So
okay.
you just got a head with you. It's pretty fun. So eventually you're attacked by Modi and Magni. Kratos kills Magni, one of Thor's sons. Modi flees, but later returns and tries to ambush them. Kratos fends him off, but Atreus collapses ill due to a mental contradiction of being a god, but he doesn't know that. He thinks he's immortal because Kratos and Faye never told him that he was of god birth or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
Um, so he doesn't know this, so his body is fighting itself. He thinks he's a mortal human, but he's a god, so it's like trying to contain these powers.
Mm-hmm.
And he like passes out. Um, Freya instructs Kratos to retrieve the heart of a particular troll in Helheim, which is kind of their underworld. Um, However, his axe is useless there because of the temperature. You can't hurt enemies with it because the whole thing is like, frozen ice scape. So you need something that can combat that.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah,
Um,
you do.
so Kratos returns home to unearth his old weapons, the Blades of Chaos. So I kind of got these in the wrong order here. I guess I can just slide these and you
Why would you mess up like that?
You wouldn't even know, huh? Okay, so new slide 8. He's returned to his home. It turns out his Blades of Chaos were stored underneath his house the whole time. He had not gotten rid of them. You can see how they
Can you
look.
ever really get rid of your Blades of Chaos? I mean,
I don't know if I'd want to. Slide 9 shows how they look in this game. They're a little worse for wear, a little beat
they've been
up.
buried under the house, you know?
They've been buried. They're getting old. But slide 10 shows you as soon as he grabs them and picks them up, the fire returns. So he brings his Blades of Chaos down to Helheim
That was my
to fight
fire
the Frost
noises.
people. Yeah, whatever. That's like explosion-ish, but it works.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see in the doorway, Kratos is now being haunted by Athena's spirit. She has somehow followed him here in spirit and is not leaving him alone, haunting his memories and, basically skeletons in the closet of his past.
Heck yeah, there's a John Bellion song that goes, "There's bones in my closet," or "There's bones in your closet, but you hang stuff anyway."
Nice.
Because sometimes you just got it, you know?
Yeah. So Kratos goes to Helheim to retrieve the heart from the troll. And down there on slide 11, since Helheim is their underworld, he is haunted by a vision of Zeus.
Okay. I think that's
And this
more
is
of like
where,
a face in the clouds. but
Yeah, but it talks to him like they exchange words. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, Zeus sounds just like that.
It didn't quite come out how I had planned on it
Yeah.
coming out, but it's fine.
And this was kind of the first point at which Mimir, you see him holding Mimir's head there. He's with him.
Mm-hmm.
This is when Mimir puts together, oh, you're from.
It's kind of weird. Also,
you're
his
from
eyes look
Greece.
like Crash Dummy eyes.
They're like they glow. It's
Yeah,
like, he's like all
I don't like
power.
it. I
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Nope.
So this is the first time they put together. They're like, oh crap, you're from Greece, and you're the ghost of Sparta, the one who single-handedly killed all of the gods there. And so he's like, holy cow, well, this is crazy. And this is where he puts together, he's like, oh, so your son is a god too. You need to tell him because that's what's causing this. So they go back. Atreus is cured, and Kratos tells him that he is indeed a god. Atreus then becomes increasingly arrogant on their journey. I'm so powerful now. Blah blah blah.
He
And
should be
he
in charge of video
murders.
game dialogue.
I could do a good little summary, like, oh, here, blah blah blah, do this, say this.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Atreus murders a weakened Modi, Thor's other son that had escaped, violently, despite Kratos ordering him not to. So he's going rogue. At Midgar's peak, they are ambushed by Balder again. Atreus foolishly picks a fight with Balder, who then proceeds to destroy the portal to Jotunheim, and they get thrown back into the underworld. So that's fun.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah. After this, Atreus kind of makes amends. He's like, I was kind of being a dick for a while there. I'm good now.
Everyone's a dick sometimes.
Yep. And they discover that Balder is Freya's son as well. So Freya and Odin are his parents. Desperate to protect him, Freya had cast a spell on Balder that makes him immune to all physical and magical threats, but also makes unable to feel any joys of life, any emotions, any physical feeling, as we've seen, and causes Balder to resent his mother for doing this to him. Even though she did it in good intentions to try to protect him, it backfired. After getting back, Mimir realizes there is another way to reach Jotunheim, but he needs his missing eye. Apparently, he has another eye that's missing. After obtaining it, well, there's a lot of stuff here you won't care about. They are attacked by Balder again, but Freya this time intervenes in an attempt to protect her son. During the fight, Balder is pierced by Atreus's mistletoe arrow, breaking Freya's spell. So all of a sudden, he can feel pain again. He can feel everything. He's like, what's happening? Oh my gosh. But now that he can feel pain, he wants to feel pain. So he continues to fight. And despite being given an opportunity to retreat, he attempts to strangle his mother, which forces Kratos to kill him. Grieving, Freya swears revenge and taunts Kratos about hiding his true nature. Kratos fought.
Ha ha ha! You hid yourself, bitch.
She's a little more emotional than that. Her son just died.
You bitch.
That's better, I guess. We're getting there, but maybe a few more acting classes and we'll find it.
No, I don't need acting classes.
Oh, you're right. Yes.
Yeah. I'm at least as good as Joey Tribbiani.
Kratos finally tells his son about his past and how he had killed his fellow Greek gods, including his father Zeus. Atreus laments, and Kratos tells him that they should learn from their experience and not repeat the mistakes of their predecessors. Freya leaves with Balder's corpse in silence, and Mimir hopefully suggests that she will eventually move on and learn that Kratos did the right thing, but probably not likely, if we had to guess. After finally arriving in Jotunheim, their destination, this is where the highest peak is. Jotunheim, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the words.
I want to go to
the
Jotunheim.
Jotunheim.
Bitch. I don't know how to say bitch with an accent. I want to go to Jotunheim, bitch.
That was pretty good.
That sounds good though. A little
Um,
leprechaun bitch.
leprechaun.
Blimey, bitch.
Indeed. So they find a temple with a mural depicting their adventures, showing the giants had foreseen everything that would happen and vaguely foretold what was to come. In addition, they discover Faye, Kratos' wife and Atreus' mother,
Mm-hmm.
was a giant who had decided to stay behind in Midgard when all the other giants left, making Atreus part god, giant, and mortal.
That's a lot of stuff to be.
Yep. Due to Kratos being a former demigod before becoming a full god after killing Ares, who was the original god of war. Yada yada. Their fight with Balder was also shown on this mural, revealing he was after Faye the whole time and not Kratos. But Balder didn't know. He's like, I'm looking for this giant who has this son. He goes and shows up to Kratos' cabin, doesn't know that Faye is dead. And that's why he's like, I thought you'd be bigger. Because he's looking for a giant. You see?
Mm-hmm.
You follow him?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep, he didn't know she was dead. It is also revealed that Atreus was named Loki by his mother.
Mm-hmm.
So take that in. You
Mm-hmm.
know who Loki is.
Mm-hmm.
Kratos and Atreus then fulfill their promise, spread her ashes at the peak, overlook a valley of giants' corpses. Just a whole bunch of dead giants.
Mm-hmm. Are there
Afterwards,
really that many though? Because giants are big.
yeah, I mean, there's, a handful,
Mm-hmm.
not a million of them. Afterwards, Kratos reveals to Atreus that his given name was that of a compassionate Spartan comrade, Atreus. So that's why he was also named that. Returning to Midgard, Mimir warns them that the 3-year long Fimbulwinter began, meaning that Ragnarok is soon to follow, which was not supposed to occur for another 100 years. But it's starting now. It's starting early.
Wait, I'm confused though. Does that mean that Kratos isn't his dad, or that Loki is a different version of Loki in this game?
Right. They've kind of inserted Kratos into the Norse mythology, saying this is that Loki, but Kratos is his father.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Because really, all that it gives you, I think, in original Norse mythology is that he is a son of a giant. It doesn't tell you really much about his actual parents.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. So they're inserting him in, and yeah, so and this is where things get really crazy when you start thinking about Norse mythology because things like Jormungandr, the world serpent, is technically Loki's son. So there's going to be some weird time travel, weird stuff that are some implications of this, unless they totally throw that all out the window in Ragnarok, which I still haven't finished.
Mm.
So in the game's secret ending, Kratos and Atreus return home and slumber. Atreus has a vision that Thor will arrive at the end of Fimbulwinter to confront them. And that is the game. So
Yeah, isn't there a big thing in one of the shows when Loki finds out he's like adopted? Isn't that like a thing
yeah,
where
that's like
he
in the
has like an
first Thor.
identity crisis kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah, just been a long time since I watched the first Thor, or
Yeah.
like most of the
Basically,
movies I've only seen once. I probably did see that twice, but not recently. Like probably not
mhm.
since like 2014 or sooner.
Yeah, and that when they go to fight the giants, he like realizes he's like shape shifting into them. He's like, wait, I am
Mm-hmm.
one of you. And then yeah, it is revealed that Odin took him in or whatever. So so that's the game. I guess any questions on that?
It's just a lot of names
A lot of names, but basically they're making their way through Norse mythology.
making their way.
Still kind of killing people, unfortunately, even though they want to change their ways.
I
But they're
mean,
being
aren't all
attacked.
games basically killing people?
No.
I mean, but a lot of games you kill people.
Sure. But there's a lot of games that you just don't.
Yeah, like Animal Crossing. Even
Exactly.
though you're probably kidnapped on an island.
Wow.
There's a
If
whole
you
theory
subscribe to
around
the
that.
the conspiracy theories.
Yeah. Did we talk about that once? I think it was in like
You
a it
mentioned
because I
it.
did something that was like weird video game things and it has like a
Yeah.
list.
Hmm. Yes. So I guess other shouts out. One difference about this game was that the voice actor is Christopher Judge now. I can't recall who was the previous actor. Um, voice.
That's a very I feel like when your last name is Judge, that's just a powerful person, like Aaron Judge of the Yankees,
Mm-hmm.
because it's
So
like I
Christopher
am the
Judge,
law.
I am the law. Judge is the voice in these two new God of Wars. T.C. Carson voiced Kratos in 1, 2, 3, Soul Calibur, Chains of Olympus, Ghosts of Sparta. That was the other one, was Chains of Olympus.
The new guy, the Judge guy, he looks more like he could be Kratos IRL.
I think that's one of the reasons that they did it, because all of this game used motion capture, so they're wearing those suits and acting the scenes out, and he fits the part. I mean, he's a big dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's kind of supposed to look like, and he's got a good deep gruff voice. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then Atreus is played by Sonny Seljuk. Um, so those are the main two voice actors in this one. Good jobs all around. Actually, in the new one, Ragnarok, they said since it's been so much time since Sonny, he started voice acting when he was a kid, but now he's hit puberty, so they had to like go modify his voice in the new game to stay lower or higher.
Yeah.
So yeah, fun stuff, and I'm looking forward to getting further into Ragnarok. It's gonna be fun.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
indeed. I guess some of the other things, I mean, you keep your Spartan rage and like some of the other power ups you got. Yeah. So you still have all that Greek good stuff in there
Heck
in your
yeah.
in your blood.
Ooh. Just
Mm-hmm.
insert that rage into your bloodstream.
Yeah. Inject it.
Mm-hmm.
Um what's his name? Bear McCreary did the soundtrack for this game, which is very good. I've actually one of the ones I've actually went out and listened to when the game first came out. So,
Wow, look at you.
if you like all that kind of Norse chanting and crazy stuff, pretty fun.
Did you
Pretty
listen to it
fun.
while you drove?
No, I think it was at work. I just put it on in the background.
Oh, you know what's what slaps hard in comparison to its movie?
What?
The original Twilight soundtrack. It's
Hmm.
like actually pretty good. Like in relation to the movie being terrible.
Well, it's a low bar.
Yeah, but I mean it
Low
has
bar.
like decent. I mean there's like some no wait. Maybe that's Hunger Games. I don't remember, but the first song is like like it's
Well,
pretty.
they
Like
ruined that Muse song for me in the baseball scene. I can never hear that again
oh,
without
see,
being
I
like,
think I
ugh.
like made myself forget that that was part of the soundtrack.
Yeah. So,
But I think there's what is that one song? Oh, maybe the one that I was just doing is the Muse one. It just sounded bad when I did it. But there's some like Paramore on there. Like there's there's actually three Collective Soul. There's Linkin Park. I mean it's got like good.
it's got names.
Yeah.
Names,
And
bro.
who doesn't like Haley, what's her name from Paramore?
No
Isn't
idea what her name is.
but her name is Haley, I think.
Sure.
Paramore lead Haley Williams. Bitches.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm. Heck yeah.
Um, so yeah, overall, obviously, I've already said this game's critically acclaimed, but
Slaps. It slaps.
slaps one of my favorite games. Um, and I mean, it's just a very good story about this guy who used to be crazy, cruel, violent, trying to be reformed. He has control over his temper. Um, his actions are no longer based on rage and anger, but he shows regret when he does lash out now.
Raygert.
Mm-hmm. Um, and he does this to discipline his son, tells him not to be sorry, but to be better. He's always like, he's still a harsh father.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really interesting to see how the character of Kratos has changed. And it's been good. I think people were skeptical when they saw that Kratos was going to be kind of an older man with a son. Like, is
They're
this
like,
really
I
what
don't
he's
relate
about?
to that because I'm a youngin.
Well, just to see like the rage and the violence that drove him in the first 3 games is just like, wow, he was single-minded into killing everything. And so it's interesting to see how that has changed. And it's a great game. So highly recommend.
Yeah, go listen to Scott's recommendations, bitches.
Yeah, do it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's all I got for now. Obviously very abbreviated. There's many names, as Kendra said, so
A lot of names, and they're all Nordic.
Nordic indeed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sound about right?
Yeah. Do you ever wear those shoes? Are those 13s? What are those?
Those are 13s. I have not worn them. I just got them.
There's some in the app for like this week. They're
Is
like
there?
light blue. They just added them.
Oh, I have
I
seen those.
followed
Yeah.
some Instagram accounts, and they're like, they post all these shoes that are like releasing. And I'm just like, how do you guys know this? And also, then it's like, where is it releasing at? Because some of them just release in Nike. And it's just like a
Yeah,
lot to follow. Just like,
there is.
damn, dude.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. I'm trying to convince myself that I don't need to buy the burgundy Air Maxes when they come out because I've gotten a lot of shoes in the past couple months.
Yeah.
I wear my
Hard
Air
to do,
Maxes
though.
a lot though, so. And I honestly kind of like these Billy Air Force Ones because I like that they have like a design, but it's not like outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
Like it like blends into the color, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess next week we'll probably talk more about some dragon stuff. I guess if I wanted to do what I was gonna do, I should start my notes sooner because I did something different last time because I realized my notes were gonna take longer than I wanted them to.
Right.
Yeah,
Dragons, though.
dragons, bitch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I guess email us and stuff, you know, no one ever does. So
Do the
five
things.
5FIVE mormonspot@gmail.com. You can follow us on all of our socials. I've been being really bad at posting on because I'm just generally exhausted. But at 5, the number 5 MMPOD, and use the hashtag, leave us a rating and a review. Like really. Like actually do that.
Do it.
Wherever you get your podcast, but Apple's great for that. You can I was accidentally loosening my microphone when I was fidgeting with it. That's gonna be annoying in the background. But you can also you know, like and subscribe, download the episodes, share it with your friends and family, your friends who are your family who's more like friends and family. I'm pretty sure that like half of our listeners are my students, so you know, whatever.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, sup, bro. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's it. I guess we'll clock out till next time.
Yeah, bye.
Okay, see you. See you, dude.